We throw the cliche around often, but it's sharpening our sword. It's improving our performance. Helping, it's doing the things that we need to do to help us reach the tactical and strategic goals that we want to reach. That's what coaching's all about. And it's got to be woven into every aspect of what we're doing, right? As sales leaders, as sales reps, I should not be afraid to ask for help. And I think that's the first problem a lot of people have. There's this perception, I'm a professional sales rep. I work at Zendesk. It's $1 billion organization. If I ask my manager a question about a deal, I'm showing vulnerability, or I'm showing that maybe I'm just not as well versed in this particular area as I need to be. And that's okay. Nobody knows everything. Should be constantly trying to learn, right? And evolve their craft. And the only way to do that is to be open to coaching, right? And to ensure that from a leadership perspective, it's driven from the top down, that coaching culture, right? If it's not driven from the top down, it's not going to work. And that's where I see a lot of where we do have challenges is when we can't find that common language in the organization where
Yeah.
whether the rep is talking to the customer or we're doing a deal review, they know the questions that they should be asking the customer, whether that's what have you tried before to solve this problem? Who's the economic buyer? All those kinds of things. You pick the sales methodology. Um, if we don't have a common language in how we're talking internally and externally, that's usually where, in my mind, coaching seems to fall down a lot.
Okay. Okay. So it starts from the top. It's a culture, right? The opposite is a bad culture. The opposite of a good culture is a bad culture. Fish rots from the head, all that stuff. So you're talking about building a culture now, and it's the culture that allows people to realize that, hey, I don't have to be a lone wolf. I don't
Mhm.
need to know it. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to ask for help from others. And you talked about the importance of a common language and methodology as one key element of a coaching culture. It's hard to build a culture. What are some other key points or key elements?
So it's hard to build a culture. It's even harder now in this virtual world, right? I think the other element is to make sure that as we are preparing for any meeting, like what is the pre-work that we're going to do, right? And there should be a prescribed methodology on how we're going to go about doing that, right? What are we going to do after? What are the expectations that we're going to set for ourselves and for the customer during the meeting? And then what is the follow-up action, right? There should be a very consistent and repeatable process there, right? That's implemented not only from the top down, but to the frontline managers and then down to the reps that in any given day, in any given opportunity, there should not be any ambiguity. Every deal is a little bit different. And the nuances, that's where the coaching comes in. That's where we have the discussions, right? That's why do the prep calls, right? That's why we do the post meeting calls to discuss those nuances. These are the differences. We weren't expecting that, right? We weren't expecting that individual to come with this objection. Now, what are we going to do about it, right? It's a very fluid process, right? And one that, as much as we try to layer a framework around it, we've also got to be adaptable. And so I think those are the key components there.